welcome back guys to Fire Emblem, where only Bauker stands in our way. After the reinforcements came in from behind and threatened Melinus' tent, Oswin stood to defend it with utmost ease with Urk at his back, and so we start our mission heading towards our boss, but also healing up to gain any extra experience we can. So with that said, we'll get to work. Sarah heals, gains a little bit more, and of course, can't heal here for the time being, but let's get ourselves into range and start trying to fight Bauker, shall we? So Hector, let's get you forward, though you can't quite get in range. We've got Lindis dropped down as well, though she can't quite get in range either. Right then, let us attack with a hand axe from range, and we would take 9 damage back, but it's a 50% chance. In fact, we don't have much of a chance to hit either. Well, let's give it a shot. Prepare to fall before your master. I prefer not to, and I actually hit you, so great. You missed, and I got a little bit of experience for that exchange, so I'll take that. Of course, you're going to hit me back, but at this point in time, we've taken ourselves a little bit of your HP down, and we gained experience, so I don't mind. Lindis can move up a little closer now. I wonder if she can get in with a Mani Kati or anything like that. Should we move all our lords in the meantime? So with that said, we've gained ourselves... Okay, those are the spaces we can't be attacked on. Well, I don't think he's going to move from that spot, because then I could just seize through the back door, if you know what I mean. And we've got the option to talk here to Lindis. Of course, our troops have finally met up. Lindis! Hollywood, you made it! Karina told us where you were. We're here to help. Thank you! Indeed, thank you. Well, it was a short conversation indeed after our first support conversation. So with that said, we end our chapter, or end the turn, to end the chapter. But of course, Bauker's going to heal up a little bit, so that bit of damage didn't even really do anything. In the meantime, here he comes again. And we managed to hit again! A little bit more of his HP peeled away. And now it's time to see exactly what we can do, but first of all... any and all experience we can get is well met. And any more defensive stats we can get on our healers is well met as well. Anything we can get like that, brilliant. So with that said, Urk leveled up, so he has even 1 HP to be healed. And we'll get Lindis forward to see if she can attack and do some damage. So with the Mani Kati being an armor buster to some extent, if I'm right in saying, it will do 18 damage overall, but likely, considering the hit chances in the weapon triangle, we're not doing too well, which is why we sent Hector there, to be honest. Anyway, what can Eliwood do? Well, the rapier, does that work against armor? It does indeed, 16 damage. In fact, Eliwood could duke it out with him if he wants, but to be honest, this is Hector's match, because the Wolf Beal should be doing some monstrous damage indeed. Indeed it does. Armor breaker, special type of weapon. Weapon triangle win. Well, that's good and all. If I could speak to Eliwood though, however, could I speak to Hector as well? I can, on top of that. Are you an ally too? Yep, that's what it looks like. In that case, I have something to tell you. We're a bit busy now. Save it for later. What? Hold on. Wait just a minute. You gotta see, I'm dealing with the enemy here. I'm Hector, and I've just got myself a mission, so here we go. To finish off the battle. And miss completely! Though at this range, it seems we're a bit easier for him to hit us. Well, we got in there with a nice hit all the same, so there we go. Only a little more HP left on our boss, and he's gonna hit us. As a revenge here, well, we gained ourselves some strength on top of that, so that's not too bad. I hope Hector does okay, though. Well, boss is trapped in now, so we may as well just leave it as is. He may heal a little bit, but when he's coming at us, we're going to Wolf Beal him. Go on! Ooh, okay, our HP's dropping. But we finished the fight. We've been defeated? Such a shame. Sorry, sir. We'll take your experience. In fact, we'll level up Hector yet again. And so it doesn't seem like Hector really wants to get any proper levels at this point in time. He's not gaining all the stats that he should do, that's for sure. So let's go and seize this place. Or not, let's go seize this place. I guess our main lord's the only guy that can. Well, before we do that, of course. There's always the means of a little bit of extra experience. And so with that gained, we'll move Eliwood in to finish it proper. Oh, you can't even get in. Well, our lords can all stand next to each other looking all grand and all that. Support each other, guys. Support. It's too good to be true, but here we go, and seizing we shall. Commander Bauker! He was a fierce enemy. Lindis, once we defeated the remaining foe, the castle's yours. Thank you, Eliwood. If not for your help, I don't know where I'd be right now. All of this happened because we routed Lord Darren at Lahus. It's only right that we help. You explained your motives to me, Eliwood. This is about your father. I would do the same thing in your position. What happened in Caelin is not your fault. Thank you. However, until your castle is yours again, I take responsibility. I understand. Thank you. Eliwood, we're moving into the castle. All right. Who's that? Oh, yes, let me introduce you. Hector! What? This is Lindis. She's Lord Halsin's granddaughter. Lindis, this is Hector. He's Lord Uther's brother. His brother? Really? Yes, just one-word man. I was watching the way he fights. He's not like you, Eliwood. He's somewhat like my own knights, but different still. He relies so much on power. He's like he's never been... Let me guess the next word. Trained? I haven't. I taught myself how to fight. I've no issue with that, but the way you swing that axe around... You're a threat to your allies. You should be more watchful. What did you say? Lindis, what's come over you? Oh, my apologies. I didn't intend to seem so critical. Granted, Hector's style may be a tad dangerous, but there's no one I depend on more. You may think him careless, but he's always aware of his surroundings. The more you praise me, the less worthy I sound. Lindis, once you fight alongside Hector, I'm sure you'll understand. I'm sure you're right. I apologize, Hector. I'm honored to have your help. No apology necessary. I'm glad I can lend a hand. Let's go inside, shall we? Indeed we shall, as it seems more battle is about to take place, but first of all, it looks like a reunion. Oliz! Is it really you, Oliz? So good to see you. Have you been well? Well met, Oliz. Good to see you again. Well, this really is a pleasant surprise. Hello, Oliz. Has it really been a year? What's wrong, Florina? You needn't hide back there. Scared of men, are you? Nice to see you again. I don't suppose you... Do you remember me? Florina, you're one of our most cared for units. You're level 9. We've leveled you up nicely. Of course I remember you. And I don't remember you just because you're level in your strength and your flying abilities. Everyone who remained in Caelin speaks of you fondly. We're always saying, I wonder where Oliz is. Yes, you're right. This isn't the best time to catch up. We're here to rescue my grandfather. Oliz, will you help me again? Indeed I shall, as we enter proper. Ridiculous! Even Bauker! Lord Darren, it's time to give up this madness. Further resistance is meaningless. For what you've done, you may never be forgiven. But it's not too late to try. Tell Eliwood everything. He'll intervene with Marquis City on your behalf. I've lost. Hurry! Eliwood will be here in no time. Let me speak for you. None of that now. Marquis Lahus needs no troublesome advice. Lord Everdell! There is no turning back for you now. You should know that. First, Marquis Santaluz. Now Marquis Caelin. Both deaths are on your head. What? It was by your hand that they both died. I never asked for this. Yes, I killed them. For you. Trap me? Don't be absurd. I follow my master's orders. My only wish is to deliver your dreams to you. The crown of United Lycia. And once that is done, dominion over the entire continent. Is that not what you desire? Yes. Yes, of course. That dream is still worth a few sacrifices, isn't it? You're exactly right. Our plans may have gone drastically awry, but as long as we have the Master's power behind us, we cannot be defeated. We do well to leave now, before those meddlesome worms arrive. You will leave everyone from the host behind. We will use them to delay our foe. Everyone? My soldiers? But who will protect me? The Black Fang and I will more than suffice for that task. There is nothing else you need, I assure you. Yes, I see that now. Where do we go from here? To the Dragon's Gate. Our master awaits us there. The master has informed me our hostage may be all we need. If all goes well, we may be able to perform the ceremony with him alone. No! Is that so? I suppose we've nothing to worry about. That is correct. Now please, begin your retreat. I have 2 or 3 orders to give. Then I will be right behind you. Pathetic imbecile. Layla, where are you? I'm here. While Eliwood is occupied, finish off Marquis Kalin and hide the body. The enemy will waste precious time searching for him. As you command. You know, you've only been with the Black Fang a short while. However, you are quite skilled. I look forward to watching you. Yes, sir. Okay then, introduced to that character there, but as we finish another mission, we start another to go with it. So we move onwards. Eliwood and colleagues defeat Bauker, one of Marquis Laus's lackeys. They then press on toward Castle Kalin. Yet inside the castle, many Laus soldiers remain. Eliwood and friends begin their assault on the castle to save Marquis Kalin. But as we know, this is not a task that we can really do. As we start chapter 16, whereabouts unknown. There are still quite a few Lahus soldiers in the castle. Where are the Kalin guards? I think about half of them were killed in the surprise attack. The survivors must be here somewhere. They might be locked away as prisoners. We'd better rescue them quickly. If Marquis Lahus decides to hold them hostage, it will make seizing the throne much more difficult. It's settled. Let's find the guards and retake the castle. Hold on, Grandfather. We'll be there shortly. Seize the throne. It's time to reclaim the castle. Indeed it is. And sometimes the conversation flows so quickly I can't decide what emotion to deliver it. But with that said, let's check ourselves a fortune, shall we? How much will it cost to seek insight into your next battle? I do. 50 gold is never much of a price to pay. Mainly so I can do this voice. Sky Riders beware, this battle is not for you. You will need a fief. There will be a meeting. Take the polite girl, the flame-haired beauty. And again, take your rapier and hammer. That is all I see, but maybe you want to hear it again, yes? No, I'm fine. And with that said, we'll be moving on, thank you. What's my current rank at? Well, it's still the 3 stars there, and the funds is the 3 stars, but everything else is 5 stars. As long as I keep everything else at 5 stars, I'm happy. That's one thing I'll keep it. That's one thing I'll go for right then. And of course our tactician thing as well. We know our ranking there, so with that said, let's pick our units. So we're allowed 11 units in, of which now we've got Lindis out of the group, which to be honest I kind of want Lindis in. Stats wise, how is she compared to others? Well, defense is so low on Lindis still, it's quite ridiculous. That's for sure. If we can increase defense somehow, do we have like one of the books around to like increase some defense or something? That would be the one thing I need to do with Lindis more than anything else, but then she is kind of like a speedy character, isn't she? So you're probably looking at dodges overall, so who shall we take? Well, take the flame-haired Bruty Broody indeed. The polite one would probably refer to Priscilla, if anything, who currently is carrying a red gem. So, Sarah, we'll take you out of the fray at the moment and replace you with more battle personnel. It says for us to take a thief. A mage is probably not a bad idea in Urk to take on any armor users. Of course, Hector and Ellawood. Lowen we might replace because supposedly Sane is the knight that will end up the most insane in terms of statistics. Right, we don't need so many axe guys either, in one way, is looking at it. It tells us not to take Florina, but to be honest, her overall stats are not bad, and the archers might be around, but they're not exactly that near. We could take a risk there, and then we got Oswin on top of that. So this is the problem here. I quite like a lot of our old troopers over our newer troopers. I'd rather take Bartra over Oswin, so I think that's what we're going to go with in terms of battle power. Right then. Is that okay? I think it might be. So with that said, we'll jump in with this group. However, first of all, we check map and we arrange. Because we don't want fleshy members on the front lines, do we? Mind you, okay, if we move Sane for Rebecca over here. Oh, can we not switch their formation? Or is this the wrong bit to do it? Ooh, that's an interesting map. We can see ourselves a little bit there. Formation, that's what I want to do. Right then, switch you. To be honest, you could go on the outer edges there. Rebecca might be able to get in for some poke damage at the start. And I'd say, if anything, that's probably where I'm looking at. So, if we go B to exit, and then go to battle, Melinus became level 7. Deploy Melinus, of course we shall. And of course we need to keep a troop back to look after you, Oliz. The captured Kaelin soldiers are most likely exhausted. I'd like to protect them and keep them from having to fight. I realise that makes it difficult for you to plan a strategy, but I will do my best to take up their share of the fighting. Now please, tell us what we should do, Oliz. So let's get our lay of the land, apart from a mysterious spellcaster over here that we need to get rid of soon enough. Yeah, I can kind of guess why this isn't for a flyer, but if we use Florina correctly and keep our lines protected, we can nip her in and out when we need to be. However, it looks like these guys are the ones we need to protect, and we have ourselves an interesting member or two over here. They're named, they've got special bits to them, they might be stuff for us. However, these other ones are just Kaelin soldiers, and we need to go and defeat Bernard. Man, and no wonder we need a thief to get through all these extra chested doors. So, all that said and done, it's time to get to work. Actually, to do the battle. So, I'm going to check how far this archer can work before we get our first move underway. So, oh, Urk can't get close enough. Well, that's a shame. Well, I can't get close enough to cast, or you can't do anything back, so we could take a mage out that way. Would the Wolf Beald be able to take you down in no... Well, yes it would. Yes it would is the answer to that question. In fact, an Iron Axe will do that fine, so we could do something like that. Rebecca versus an archer here. Is that really the best way to go? Probably not. What we could do, however... Questions. Well, Lindis versus an archer will work quite nicely, won't it? We go with the Manikati. The Iron Sword won't deal, but the Steel Sword will. And Lynn is back to work, doing what she does best. Taking on troops, leveling up and gaining some defense. Go! Well, nice stat gains all around though, to be honest. Can't complain when we get 5 in the stat, can we? Right, so basically Florina could just jump in there and destroy that troop without much of an issue. Apart from that, could Matthew do it just as fine? He says, he's trying to get Matthew in there. Well, Matthew can do some damage to get some experience. And then, of course, Urk can get in there to finish the job. So that works out quite nicely for us as Urk levels up once more. Breaking past armor with his spells with no problem whatsoever. Only 1 HP gained. My level ups, they just seem to be kind of lackluster, don't they? Right, apart from that, could you break through this guy in no time at all? Well, to be honest, we can attack from many different angles. Ah well, let's use ourselves the wolf beetle one more time, eh? Or shall we keep it with the iron axe? Yeah, it's fine. In fact, to be honest, if Hector takes some damage like this, it just works for even more experience. Our highest level character keeps on gaining, if you know what I mean. We don't need that exactly, but we can just come forward and heal here. Now, the one thing I'm wondering is who to leave behind to protect this. And with that said, Guy might be that guy. You might be the one who ends up back rows, sir. So I don't think the archer can come and attack anyone at this point in time. Oh, it can attack Lindis. That's not so good for us. So with that said, I'm going to move Sane forward into a kind of more attack me, kill me kind of position. Sounds a bit risque, yes, but still. And wait with everyone else about here-ish. As long as we keep Florina out of Archer's way, we'll be fine, as long as no extra troops join in as well. As long as no reinforcements appear. Hey you, let me get out of here! What? Marquis of Citia's brother is among your enemy, right? Let me out, and I'll help you, but I must have the brother. I have a score to settle with House of Citia. Do you think me a fool? You work for House Kaelin. I cannot trust your word. Then I'll have to break down this door and go through you. You were using Lucius as a hostage, but now he's here with me. No, Lord Raven, you mustn't. You cannot betray your debt to Marquis Kaelin. Shut up, Lucius. You think me foolish, but you don't understand. How about it? Very well, you, get out. Remember, if you betray us, your companion dies. I see. Just remember, if that happens, you die next. Wait! You can't go alone. It's too dangerous. Lucius, stay here and be quiet. I'll be back for you. Lord Raven! So with that said, it looks like another enemy has joined the battle as other enemies start to advance through the hallways. Archers galore here. And with that said, Lyn takes damage. Mind you, we can also heal Lyn up within no point in time at all anyway. So another enemy takes the field, but is obviously someone important, and I feel that the fortune and his hair, plus subscriber comments, have given me the hint in how I need to deal with him. So with that said, we start our march forward through the whole castle next episode. Join us then for more Fire Emblem. I'll see you around. Bye-bye.